Hi, in this video we are going to talk about how to create a conditional formatting using arrows, to check the trend with the previous data. So most of the time, we have so many video tutorials, it's available in YouTube, and we are going to see a method which is seems to be effective for my most of the work. So let me show you how it's done. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to add some data in Excel. The first column is year, and the second column I'm using some profit. So if you see, in the first year 100 is a profit, and 2021 next year the profit got reduced by 10, that is 90. So there's a trend. So we'll see how that the most of the times we use the conditional formatting. So normally what we will do, we'll select the profit and we go to the conditional formatting and use the directional arrows. So it looks like this is what we need, and it seems to be correct as well. If you look at compared to the 2020, it looks correct. But now if I change the 2021, it should be same 100, and next year is also 100. So this formatting, it's really not helping. If I change that value, now it gives a different formatting. So even though it's a built-in feature which is available, but this is not actually helping if I change the values in the profit. So that's why we are going to talk about how it can be done in a different way. We will see. So we will use the column C, and we will use a method and how to achieve this. So what we will do, we need some symbols. We are not going to use the conditional formatting arrows. So we are going to use the default symbols that's available in Excel. So I'm going to select the up arrow, down arrow, and the equal. So I'm going to select whatever the arrows that can be applicable for us. So I'm selecting the up arrow, and maybe a down arrow here. So these are all symbols. You can also search and you'll get these symbols. So this is what we need actually. So if the first year is 100, and if it next year is 90, it should be using the down arrow. So that's how I want the data to show the trend with these symbols. So let us see how we can do it actually. So this, we have the symbols now, so we'll see how to do it. So what we have done is we have just copied that and we have just pasted in the notepad. So now if you go to the 90, that is the second year format, you have to go to the customs format. That's a very key, that's where we are going to try a different method rather than using this conditional formatting. Okay, so here if you see the conditional formatting, we want to give some condition that the C3 cell should actually look at the column C2 cell. So the cell value is less than the C2, then I want to create a format. So I'm using a custom format, and most of you might have used this custom format, or it might be a new one. So I'm just using the existing one and I'm just showing you how it is showing. Okay, so I'm just using red in the square brackets followed by 0. So that's the format I'm using now. I'm saying okay. So if you see, red means the color is red. So if it is less than, the 100 is less than 90 is less than 100, so it is showing red. So now I'm using equal to. So I'm checking whether 90 is equal to 100 or not. That is the column C2. So here I don't want to use a red color, because if it is equal, I want to use I don't want to use any color. Of course, I will use just 0. 0 means whatever the value. So here, if you see, it has already applied the format, but the condition is not here. So if I change the value to 100, if you see, it changes. So now I will add the third condition, which is greater than C2 value. And now maybe I can add some green color instead of red. So there are some built-in colors available, which you can use. You can just go and browse what are the colors available. You can use color 0, color 1 also, if you don't want to use the actual color name. So I'm using green color. Okay, so if I make it little higher than 100, maybe 101, if you see, now it's showing green color. So I have achieved what I was expecting now. So now the question is how to add that arrow along with that. So that is the next step that I want to achieve in the here. So I will go to the manage rules, and I'll do some edit in the format cell for the each of these three conditions. So I'm going to edit, I'm going to the format, I'm going to add few more details. What is that? I'm just going to copy that particular symbol and I'm going to paste it, Control V. That's it. Similarly, do the same for the other conditions that we have created. Go to the format, custom format, and then use that equal arrow, copy, paste, copy that symbol. And similarly for the third one also, just go to the format and add that up arrow, copy, Control C, Control V. I think we are done. So now we achieved what is expected using the format cell. So now if you see that the same, the method, it's now showing. So the only difference is that if I change the value, whatever the value that I'm doing, it compares with the column above, that is C2, and it gives the right symbol. So I can apply the same formula, the same formatting using that format center, format painter. I can just, use that for the other cells below that. So now if I change the values for C4 cell as well, it compares the C3 cell and it works the way that we want. So all the functionalities are there. So if you use dollar, it just consistently refers, what I have done is, I've just consistently referred only the column C2, the cell C2. That's why that C4 is still using the reference as C2. So now if I remove that conditional formatting in C3, I think it's working. So now C4 is referring C3, C3 is referring the C2 cell. Accordingly, the conditional formatting is working now.